So welcome to part 2. This is my messy, as you can see, workspace, one of my workspaces. And some generously donated paintbrushes and pencils and some paints. And right now I'm going to be brave and I'm going to show you the very first thing that I ever painted. And I painted it on my dining room wall, and so it's there until I paint over it. And I love it. So here we go. I'm being brave. This is it. This is what I put on my dining room wall, and it means a lot to me because I learned that I actually have something inside of me that can bring out color, that can bring out emotion, that can bring out feelings. And when I look at it, it makes me feel happy. Then another thing that I painted recently, when we had the full moon, and living here in Washington State, we can't see the full moon when it's cloudy, which is normally happening at night, especially once we get towards fall. I wanted a full moon, and so this is what I painted. Not on my wall, I actually painted it on cardboard because, again, canvas is very expensive. So I painted it on cardboard. See, there's the color of my dining room walls. This is why I'm painting over it eventually one day, but I don't think I'll ever paint over my mural. And then this is a work in progress right now. It's not quite done yet. Don't know what I'm gonna do. Here's me practicing my first tree. This was practicing the first tutorial I ever did. And then while I was doing my mural, I was impatient for paint to dry, and so I got out some more cardboard pieces and started practicing some trees. That's why they're not that great, but I am really proud of this one. I don't know why, but this one just, every time I look at it, it makes me cry. So I think it's because I had some great music on, and I just love the colors. And there's my can of paint that I started with for the mural. It was wall paint, and then I switched over to craft. This one I did just a few days ago. This was just swirling 3 different colors and then putting it upside down in a plastic bag and kind of smooshing it around a little bit. And with the leftover paint, I sponged it onto a piece of wood because, hey, you can paint on anything. So I've got walls, wood, canvas. And I also don't know what I'm doing with this one yet. I'm still thinking about it. Then I joined a 7-day paint challenge, and today was day 1. So here's my workspace this morning, and this is, we're just supposed to take the colors. You can see that obviously the colors that we were using. We were supposed to do a wash in black and then add the other colors one by one, which I did, but I wanted to keep some of the black. And what this painting means to me is, in the corners of our lives, which you see the black, there's always some dark spaces, or it can be dark spaces. It just depends on who you are, I think. Dark corners in our lives, but we're trying to push out and we're trying to get color into our life. We're trying to get energy into our life. We're trying to get feeling into our life. We're trying to change. We're trying to shift. We're trying to do many things with our life. And so that's what the rest of these colors are for me. Yes, they're the color of the chakras. And the very center you see is white, and I left it white on purpose. Well, I put white paint on it. I didn't leave the canvas blank of paint, but I put white paint. But that's the center of my soul. And I'm trying to create. I'm just starting out creating. This is the beginning of creation. And then it goes into the reds, and then we've got oranges and yellows and greens and blues and indigo and purples. But the white is always behind. Now, if you notice, this canvas was donated to me. I don't know if you can tell. There in the yellow part, it's a little bit dented. And I want to thank Jennifer for donating this canvas to me, my very first canvas. And I love that it's dented, because to me, we all have imperfections in our life. We are all trying to strive to be better. And we all have these little broken pieces. And so I love that I had this canvas to use, and I didn't know what I was going to do with it. So I'm so happy that I started this 7-day challenge with an online course that was free through Stretching Canvas. Thank you, Stretching Canvas. And I love that it's dented because it reminds me that we're not perfect, but we're striving to do better. And it's those broken parts of us, those challenges that we go through, that help us to grow and help us to become better. And that's what creates us. So I don't know what I have else going on in life right now besides painting and horses and trying to figure out what else I have to offer to people besides yoga and Reiki and Ideal Life Vision, thanks to Ann Webb. And that's how I got to go to India, was through my Life Vision. But remember that we all have color, we all have energy, we all have the ability to create within us, and that's going to look different for everybody. So with this new moon, this is a black moon tonight, so this is our second new moon in 1 month. This brings up a lot of creation for people. So take a pause, take a little meditation or prayer, or wherever, take a walk in nature, whatever you need to do, and think about what is it that you want to create in your life and start again. Blessings to you all.